In today's episode, the Rover Metro. Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, where we look at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 1990s. So if any of that might interest you, watch a bit of the episode, consider subscribing. It is all completely free. Anyway, back to today's episode. Yes, we're looking at the Metro again, but this time the rebadged Rover Metro. Yes, we've been looking at a full range Rover brochure, by which time the Metro has come into the fold. The Austin name has been axed. Metro originally was of course the Austin Metro, and then it became a little bit unbranded when the Austin name was dropped. Well, they decided to bring the Metro into the fold and call it the Rover Metro, at a time really when I think they should have been completely redesigning the Metro. It was heavily revised from the original, but still I think it was time for a new package rather than just sticking a Rover badge on there. But obviously the Metro was seen as more as an important car, therefore it did get the Rover badge, unlike the Maestro and Montego, which remained unbadged. Anyway, let's have a look at today's brochure. So this is the Rover series we've been looking at. Last week we looked at the Rover 200 and we're kind of like going down the range. So now we're up to the Metros, the Rover Metro. This particular brochure is for July-October 1993. Let's turn to the page we're looking at today. So here it is. I think it's fair to say it is starting to show its age, even though it's been heavily revised at this stage. Like I say, I think they needed a brand new package, but of course the same old money issues, even though we're now called Rover. Let's read for the text. We'll come back to the images, and there is another page as well. It's headed Rover Metro, now the best is better still. The latest Rover Metro, offering you more in every sense. Exciting new models, such with a style as individual as your own. Cars to be seen in, with chic, sporting looks and stylish, well-trimmed interiors. Cars to enjoy driving more than ever, with generous equipment, including a superb in-car entertainment system on every model, and the convenience of remote control central door locking, a standard fitment from the Metro 1.1L upwards. Cars designed with your needs in mind, with the built-in protection of an advanced anti-theft system, part of the specification right across the range. Optional extra on Metro Quest. The latest Rover Metro, offering even better value, providing everything you seek in a small car and a great deal more. In the Rover Metro you enjoy advantages that no other small car can offer. The power of Rover engineering, smooth, quiet engines delivering eager performance. The exciting response of the Metro GTI 16-valve, the sporting flagship. The class-beating economy of the Metro diesels. The Metro automatics with the state-of-the-art transmission. A range offering you unparalleled choice and variety. Take a seat in the Rover Metro and appreciate all the quality of the larger Rovers. The sculptured comfort of the seats, the driver's car feel of the cockpit, the amazingly smooth ride and sure-footed handling, the unrivaled refinement. Drive the Rover Metro, discover why it's been called the best small car in the world. Who called it that? And be prepared to be surprised, because now the best is better still. So apparently that quote, the best small car in the world, was actually from Auto, Car and Motor in October 1990. I think I would have liked this in the whole report rather than just seeing that clip it, because who knows what it said before it said that. But anyway, let's have a look at some more quotes. So another one from Auto, Car and Motor, this time later on in December 92 for the Metro, tells us still one of the best riding and handling super minis and one of the cheekiest to look at. So then a report from What Car for October 92 for the Metro diesel. So we're just looking at the diesel here, driving against its rivals, and the Metro comes out way ahead on its quality feel. So starting with an interior shot of the GTI 16 valve, which was probably the most interesting of the range. Notice straight away, very proudly showing a Rover badge on the steering wheel. It's showing a tilt removable sunroof. And it's also showing a high spec, actually, Rover 1.4 GSI. So that would have been a pricey one to look at. Overall, I didn't mind the looks of it, actually. It didn't look too bad. I just thought, by this time they should have been moving on to something new. The main image is apparently showing the 1.4 SI, which does look a little bit sporty. And notice we've got the red seat belts in there as well. So turn the page, it continues off in the same way, now including some interior images and how flexible, having a split fold seat is, but obviously by this stage that was nothing new. We also get a first glimpse of probably the model you most wanted to try, the GTI 16 valve. Anyway, we'll read the text first, then we'll come back to these images. It starts by telling us take a look at the latest Rover Metro and you'll be impressed, not only by its style, but also by the levels of equipment. For a small car price, the Metro Quest offers Rover big car comfort and driver appeal, and the Metro 1.1C is an outstanding example of the value for money offered by the new range. So it sounds like it was actually a pretty big range, and certainly I'll take you through that range in a moment. It goes on to tell us a superb electronic in-car entertainment system is fitted as standard. So is an advanced anti-theft alarm. The new Metro L models are modern and stylish with the body colour exterior treatment, complemented by a bright, attractive interior. They're also highly equipped with such convenient features as remote control central door locking. If you want a highly affordable small car with a distinctively sporty character, get behind the sport steering wheel of the new Metro 1.1S, and for more powerful acceleration you can choose the 75 PS 1.4 litre engine and close ratio transmission of the fuel injected Metro 1.4 SI. If you seek full-blooded performance and the looks to match, take a drive in the exhilarating Metro GTI 16 valve. The powerful 103 PS 16 valve engine with electronic multi-point fuel injection will keep you well out in front. Sports body styling and alloy wheels make the performance message abundantly clear. So yeah, I think that's certainly an interesting model. I think the problem was, I don't know if that Rover badge, did it really appeal to the younger boy racer? I think they probably would have gone for something French or Italian really. But anyway, moving on. It concludes by telling us for the ultimate in luxury, there's the Metro 1.4 GSI, surrounding you with traditional Rover craftsmanship, style and comfort in a class apart. So more quotes, this time from Which Car for February 93 for the Metro GTI. We were impressed and delighted by the car's sprightliness and competence on the road. The performance Metro is certainly fun to drive, the engine is strong and the handling is enjoyable. And then we're going to quote here from What Car, November 92 for a much more lowly model, the Metro 1.1L. Tells us that the seats are based on those used in the luxury Rover 800 models, so there is no criticism of their comfort, and it's fairly roomy in the front too. So we take a look on the boot space then of the Metro. Of course, hatchbacks were always the thing in the 80s. I guess there's still that market for them in the 90s as well. Someone going golfing can get their golf clubs in there quite comfortably if they lower one of the seats. And then we get some of the fabrics used in the Metro. It doesn't tell us which model's which, but I'm presuming Harlequin would be the base model, Renaissance would be one model up, and it goes along with the same idea with Sports Harlequin and then Silverstone seat facing. I'm going to guess Sports Harlequin is probably the SI and Silverstone is probably the GTI. And then the high luxury models, so Chevron seat facing is probably going to be your GSI. You're probably optional on the GSI is probably going to be the leather look. Leather seats in a Metro. Did you ever see such a thing? Nice little image of what would have been a good selling model, the 1.1L. And then a couple of interior shots. So this is your GTI interior compared to the other sporty model, the SI with the red seat belts. And then finally finishing with the model you wanted, the GTI. Does look like the suspension is lowered a bit, so I'm not sure how the comfort levels would be on that one compared to the other Metros. So the model range consisted of the base model, which was called the Quest, the 1.1C, the 1.1L, the 1.4Li Auto, the 1.1S, the 1.4SI, the GTI 16 valve, the 1.4 GSI, and then finally a couple of diesel options, so a 1.4 CD and a 1.4 LD. So yeah, quite a comprehensive range of Metros at this time actually. Might as well just throw a few of the performance figures up. So your base model Quest, 0 to 60, 13.7 seconds, top speed 94. And then moving to your larger engine models, 0 to 60, 10.7 seconds for the SI and GSI with a top speed of 103. Now if you choose the automatic, your 0 to 60 time drops to 11.1, top speed of 100. And then finally your sportiest model, the GTI 16 valve, 0 to 60 in 8.6 seconds, which actually would have felt really quick actually, wouldn't it, in such a small car. Top speed of 116, so not bad at all. But then if you go to the opposite end of the scale and get the diesels, you're doing 0 to 16, 16.8 seconds, top speed of 90, meaning you really are counting those pennies to want that one. So there we go, the Rover Metro. By 1991 it actually won Car of the Year, so even though I say maybe it should have been a replacement car, it still was doing reasonably well at this time. Sales were still quite high. Later on, of course, they revised it not very much and then branded it again, the Rover 100, to fit nicely with the range, dropping that Metro name, but it was only a very minor revision. Again, it should have been a new car, and then by the end it was like so far behind its competition in terms of refinement, build quality, but more importantly safety standards. So it was a bit of a disaster by the end, of course, keeping a car too long. And then there wasn't really a direct replacement for it really for a while, and then we got that crazy little city Rover car, which the sales were never anywhere near as good as the Metro. But there we go. Let me know what you think of the Metro range at this time. Quite an interesting comprehensive range. I do quite like the GTI version, I must admit. But jot in the notes any comments you have, good or bad, memories or not, or just a general feel. I always love reading your comments. And we'll end as we always do by saying, please do consider subscribing. It is all completely free. You'll never be charged to be a subscriber, so please consider that. Keeps you in touch with the channel, of course. Now, a couple of boxes are going to pop up now, and they'll be for previous episodes. So you have missed an episode, you will see that in the box now. But thank you so much for watching today. Please do drop in again. Please do take care. All the best, and goodbye.